Hi, it's Sue. Happy Friday. I'm really happy to connect with you. Sorry, that was bumpy when I moved the tripod over. Hey, this is not a perfect studio, and it's not a perfectly tarted up set, and the lighting isn't perfect, but that's okay because it's another crappy first draft, and I'm happy to just bring it to you, bring you what's true and what's present, as bumpy and messy and weird as it may be, because thank you for reminding me over and over again that I'm not the only bumpy, messy one. So, it's Friday afternoon. This has been one hell of a week. I just want to cuss. I want to cuss so bad. But I use Facebook for my marketing sometimes, and Facebook won't let me boost a post if I think it's useful to do so, if I've used gutter language in my video. So I'm going to try and control myself, but it has been one hell of a week. Those of you that follow my blog will know that my daughter was in Vegas just a few days before this latest shooting, this latest massacre of humans, and she's really shaken up, even more shaken up when she found out that this person who committed these murders was trying to actually get to the event that she was at a few days before, the one where he actually got his act together. So I am very, very, very moved and shaken by this, and hugely grateful that I did not lose my daughter in this tragedy. I can't even imagine it. I can't imagine the mothers and the daughters and the sisters and the brothers and the aunts and the uncles of the people that were personally affected by this. And I'm really grateful to see a video that the Huffington Post put together that reminds us this is not, in fact, the worst shooting in United States history. Just think of names like Wounded Knee and Sand Creek and the Pulse nightclub. And there are others too that are not at top of mind right now, where there was more loss of life than there was in Las Vegas last weekend. But the thing is that Wounded Knee and Sand Creek and Pulse nightclub victims were, for the most part, were not white. They were people of color. So I guess maybe that doesn't count when you're doing the math of tragedies. I don't know. I just think it's an important thing to notice, especially if you are white, like I am, and if you are questioning white privilege, relinquishing white privilege, and figuring out your journey to be a more effective ally to people of color. So anyway, let's own it. It was just another crappy, I wanted to curse again, another crappy instance of hatred born by bullets and hatred that resulted in death, and more death. There's changes. There are many opportunities to change, widen perspective, let go of old privilege paradigm, and embrace the reality that we as Americans are living in our prosperity built on mountains and mountains of skulls. So just getting real about that, because it is really real and present for me. And then I want to talk a little bit more, just for a minute or two, about these huge changes that are going on in my business, in my life, because my life is so much about my business and being of service in the world. I am marketing a line of, I'm now creating and will be marketing a line of products for women. Healing, luscious, wonderful products, moisturizers, lubes, and suppositories for all kinds of internal and external healing, and improving pleasure as well. So I'm really excited about this. I ordered a ton of supplies today, and I will be creating the first, I think, 50 pots of my lube for sale, and it's crazy exciting. The people who are trying it out for me and giving me feedback on my formulation are very excited about this, as well as the people who haven't even gotten a chance to try it yet. So that's happening. For starters, I will be selling it hand to hand, and I will probably be putting a way to buy it online in place. But if you're interested, let me know, and we'll connect and get you set up. Moving through tragedy, moving through scary, big, I'm not sure how to do this kind of changes that are happening, moving through health transitions and relationship transitions, and those steep precipices that life keeps offering us, and those dark nights of the soul. It all comes down to resilience. It all comes down to resilience. It all comes down to remembering, reconnecting. I'm shaking my belly here. Your innate resilience. That's never not there. It's always present. The thing is, you forget. You just forget in moments of a steep precipice that just looks too steep to climb, in moments of fear, in moments of change, in moments of narrow escapes, in moments of scary diagnoses, in moments of business ventures, business launches, business ideas not taking off the way you envisioned that they would. It can feel like so much that you begin to feel overwhelmed. Overwhelm doesn't help. Letting yourself fall into overwhelm, believing that reality is an overwhelming thing, is not helpful to creating the ease to take the next breath and to take the next action and to feel okay at the same time that these big breaths and these scary actions are happening. They're not only scary until you do them, right? I mean, they're just one more thing to learn, to try, to do, to try out, to experiment with. I know that I often feel breathless these days, like I'm as careful as I am to schedule ample time for things and ample time between the things that I'm doing. As careful as I am, sometimes I feel like I screech to a halt, race into my office, come back from some event, race into my office, plop myself down in front of my calendar and go, okay, now it's time to do this. So, because I know that when I'm gentle with myself and when I'm present and when I'm trusting the process, I don't have to feel breathless and I don't have to feel overwhelmed. In fact, I can just allow for a little bit more time. You know, this is a magic trick that I learned a long time ago, and now it seems like I get to revisit it and make it work a little better for me. And that's to make sure that I've allowed what my friend used to call the PETA factor. Allow enough time, enough money in the budget, enough to cover those pain in the ass, those PETA things that come up that you just don't think to plan for. Allow enough time. I mean, you know, you're never going to anticipate today's the day my car is going to die on the road and I'm going to need service, but it is really good to have some little padding, some not so little padding around the events that you're committed to do and the actions you're committed to take, so that when the battery dies, like mine did on Tuesday, you have enough time to breathe into it, make the calls you need to make, cancel the appointments you're not going to get to, and just go on with your day. So overwhelm isn't helpful. I know that it probably feels like an option much of the time, but I encourage you to change the way you think about it and make it not your first choice of options, because adding overwhelm to your big, bad, beautiful, I was going to say badass, I'm going to say badass Facebook if you don't let me boost this post because I said badass. Okay, fine, I'll learn. But the amazing, wonderful things that you are inspired to bring, to midwife into creation, to bring to the world, to share with the world, to use to be of service. Don't abandon them because they feel overwhelming. Instead, abandon your attachment to the idea of being overwhelmed. That's the key right here. I could have said this in a minute and a half today. Instead of abandoning your plans and your dreams and your visions because they feel overwhelming, abandon your attachment to the idea that you're overwhelmed. It's just as easy to do and probably much more helpful to your cause, to your vision, and to your goals. So it all comes down to resilience, and resilience really for me just means remembering that you have what it takes to fulfill your dreams, to bring your best to the world and to life and to light. And here I am. In the last month, I've expanded the women's circles I've created from 1 to 3. From 1 to 3, I can't believe it. Now I have my monthly Wise Women in Business in Petaluma face-to-face salon, where we support each other, build relationships, teach each other, socialize, create community. And it's a free business networking group that's going really well. Then I have signed on to co-facilitate a New Moon Circle at one of the synagogues I belong to, the local Petaluma B'nai Israel Synagogue. We're starting a New Moon Circle this month. And I've just started my salon in my home that's called Reclaim, Redesign, and Reignite Your Life Salon, for women to just bring whatever is up, whatever is present, bring what's true, bring and dive into possibility together. And I'm facilitating that circle as well, which is so exciting. And my friend Catherine Wismer and I are creating a Reclaim Your Resilience online community. And we're going to start, I'm actually starting promoting it right now because I'm going to put the link to sign up to our first, we have 2 introductory calls coming up toward the end of October. I think it's $18 to attend a 90-minute call on Zoom where we will hold the container and create space together and invite you into the community should you want to join. It's going to be a monthly thing. You'll hear more about that very soon. So if you're local in the North Bay, hit me up and I'll send you the links to the 3 circles I'm leading here in person where we could actually touch each other and breathe the same air and share some food and conversation and deep connection. Or we can do that online in the Reclaim Your Resilience online group. So I will put the link to that in the first comment. And I wish you all a really beautiful, peaceful, sane, healthy, and happy weekend. I am going to a music event at Golden Gate Park. I'm going to Hardly Strictly Bluegrass on Sunday, and one of the friends who is going to come with me has decided post-Vegas that she's not going to any of these for now. I get it, but I am going. My sister and brother-in-law are there today. It's a 3-day event, and they're having a wonderful time. And I am going to take my light heart, my love for humanity, and my big smile and enjoy this event and the music and the sunshine. May you have nothing but peace and joy this weekend. Blessed be. See you soon.
Hello.